Race 5's the BMW 2400 metre race, Group 1, of course.
BMW. Foreteller is at $7. Mm-hmm. Mwingo 19. Collini is... What price Collini? $13, sorry. Malaki Day, $7.50. 15 Sangster, $7.50 Hathras, $10 Silent Achiever, 5.5 star, $3.20.
Is this odds? This is odds.
This is odd.
You're an odd.
I'm an odd.
You're an odd.
I've given up on Silent Achiever.
I was going to say, it's the best way for age horse in the country, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've given up on her at the moment. I don't reckon she stays
That's the
anymore.
square up for Honor S.
It's all right. I don't think she stays anymore. After what I saw the other day, I thought she was entitled to find the line better than what she did. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'd have preferred to see her go to a Doncaster than this. But anyway, and I'm now starting to wonder whether she's going that as good as she can.
Yep.
I stand by what I said. I still think on her day she's a very, very high quality horse, but she just seems to be struggling a little bit. Foreteller I didn't entertain. He's never raced over 2,400 metres before in his life, and when horses go from 2,000 to 2,400, I find they struggle as a rule. So I worked my way through. I think Collini will run very well here. His last run was okay, but 2,400, if you look at his stats over 2,400, he's 2 starts for a win in a second, 3 starts at Rosehill for a win a couple of seconds, and he has raced well in slow and heavy ground before, so I expect him to be competitive. My lucky day gets the blinkers on for the first time, the gear changers say, as a Beal. Blinkers on, that's what it says. He's raced in winkers before.
Okay.
I don't ever recall him racing in blinkers. So that could be a telling factor in regards to his chances off his last run when he kept finding the line very hard. 1.5 miles perfect for him. I think he's one of the leading contenders.
Yep.
Leroy's an interesting horse for me. He's my Sydney Cup horse at the moment. I thought his first up run off an 87-day break behind Julianus was outstanding. He hit the line as well as the winner in that race, and better than anything else. This is not, to me, it's not a vintage, high, top shelf, wait for age race, even though the prize money says it is. So
a bit like that.
I think I think he's got a genuine hope. And the other one that I'm interested in is Hathras. He's beaten absolute walkers at his last couple, like Miss Opulence last up, French Gift, but he thumped them by 9 lengths. Jockey said he switched off, he floated, could have beaten them by twice as far if he ran right through the line.
Yep.
He's a bit untapped. He's got that bit of X factor. He's short enough now, $7.50. I don't know if I want to be diving in at that price, but I don't think he's hopeless. I think they're the 3.
Yeah.
For the sake of a tip, we'll go with my lucky day on an each way basis.
Okay.
Because he's proven at this level, and as I said, the 2,400 suits him better, and getting the blinkers for the first time could just see him deliver that Group 1 win that he's promised he's going to get for a long time.
Switch on.
Yeah.
Okay. I went 2 horses, Collini and Hathras. I wanted to back Hathras when markets first went up. I didn't, and he's been pretty well backed. And I know he comes off that Warwick Farm race, but he did win it by 9 lengths. I think we both were talking about it beforehand, thinking, why is he in that race for? And
Mate, restricted class horses can beat Miss Opulence by 9 lengths.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just hard to line him up. I think he's untapped.
Yeah, that's it. And look, like you said, exactly what you said, this is not a vintage wait for age field, and he shapes as though he'll measure up, put it that way. I'm a little bit worried though from barrier 12. Like, I imagine they'll string out a bit, so he should be able to slot in.
He'll go forward. He's got the winkers on too, which, if they make him run through the line,
he could just blow him away.
It's funny, you speak to jockeys and that after races, and you get a good idea when they get excited about one. And Christian Reese really excited about this horse.
Very excited,
Yeah, just the way he speaks about him, and things like that last run, he pulled up, he didn't blow, it's like he's got this massive, lung capacity, and they hold him in very high regard, I think. Chris Lees isn't a sort of bloke to talk up his horses. He's quite reserved in his comments, so he doesn't give much away, but you can just see it in Christian's eye. There's something very
Yeah.
good about this horse.
I interviewed him yesterday, and he was
Yeah.
in a very good push. Yeah. And look, I just thought Kalini as well. Chris, look, just before I go any further, speaking with Chris Waller yesterday, again, there's a good interview with him as well. Gatewood's going to go back, so he won't be pushing forward like last start. That might have been stating the obvious, but he will be going back. I thought Kalini's done enough so far. I wanted to back him a few weeks ago for this race and didn't, and if I had it done, I would have been taking unders, so that probably means he'll go all right on Saturday. Chris said he's been a run behind each race this time in. I thought his heavy track, or his wet track form, I should say, whilst on paper it doesn't look that good, if you actually go through it properly, most of those runs have been in unsuitable races, and he's actually run really, really well. So I think from barrier run, I think they'll go pretty quick, obviously with the likes of 5.5 Star, and then you're telling me that Hathras will push forward from its outside barrier. So I expect there to be a bit of pace on. I think you can just camp in sort of, 2 or 3 lengths, maybe a little bit more off the pace, and it might turn into a war of attrition. And if it does, he's probably the right horse to be on under those circumstances.
The 3-year-old?
Look,
Neither of us have spoken about it.
Yeah, look, he's a good horse, and look, his wet track form, it says 2 slow for nothing, 1 heavy for nothing, but that was back when he was a different horse, and he's turned the corner in his last sort of 7 or 8 starts there. He's out of a Snippets mare.
It's funny, the Snippets wet track stats aren't as good as what
everyone says.
Yeah, I just looking, because I went through and had a look at a few wet track stats, and Dan Silly, the sire of Hathras and Foreteller,
yep,
he's the 9th best. His results, his stock's results are the 9th best in the land.
Yeah, he's got very
But
good.
they reckon Hathras wasn't brilliant on it.
Yep.
They reckon he goes better on firmer surface.
Well, Christian was saying he can reel off like 34 at the end of a staying race for his last 600. So you'd think he'd want to dry his track to do that.
Yeah, but they do appear to get through it. The day he beat the Big I Am, again, a very limited, restricted class horse.
Yeah.
He beat him 2.5 on every track.
Yeah, and that's the query you've got. 5.5 Star, I don't know what you think, mate, but I don't want to back him at the price. That's all.
I just can't back him. He's just one of those horses I seem to take a set against all the time.
Yeah.
Probably silly, but yeah. Anyway.
Well, he hasn't won in 4 starts, so it's not that silly.
Yeah, but hang on a sec. He's run second at Group 1 weight for ages in 2 of them.
He's going enormous, but from a punting point of view,
he won 3 runs ago, didn't he?
I think he's run second every start this campaign.
No, yeah.
4 starts for 4 seconds. Yeah, first up in the autumn, and then
they've been at good level.
Whatever.
Anyway,
I got that wrong, but all right. Race 6 is the English Queen of the Turf Stakes over 1,500 metres. It's for the fillies and the mares. It's Group 1. We've got a shorty here.
More Joyce, $1.40. Secret of Myra, 13. Appearance, 10. Red Tracer, 9. 17 Streamer. 21 Midsummer Music. 31 or better, the rest of them.
I'm laying More Joyous. That's my bet. I'm laying More Joyous. I think a Secret of Myra, if you want to have a bet in the race, as opposed to laying, I think she's good each way bet at $14 and $2.75 to play. So
why are you laying More Joyous? First of all, just more than I'm laying More Joyous.
Okay, I'm laying More Joyous because her first up run was the toughest first up run she's had for a while.
Right.
So I'm expecting her, and also the wettish track. She handles the wet, but I think she's better on top of the ground. This is a probability thing as well. And I'll probably get laughed at for this, but
I've been laughing since you opened your mouth this time.
Well, I said it last week when we did the show that I'll be laying her
off the air.
She's barrier 1. She's got not the best conditions for her track wise.
Slow track record is 5 starts for 4 wins. Yes.
I think she's better on top of the ground though.
Well, any horse has got to turn a foot like her would be, but she's effective on it.
She's effective. Oh, she's a champion mare.
Yeah.
She had the toughest run she's ever had first up last time. She didn't gallop on Tuesday.
When you say the toughest run, let me ask you this.
Yep.
She sat back.
Yep.
She was ridden quieter than she's ever been ridden first up, and then she chased a superstar.
Yep.
I remember her lumping 59. Well, first up last prep, she lumped 59.
Yep.
She drew barrier 6. She went up outside the leader. I would suggest she probably, even though it was 1,200 compared to 13, I would suggest she probably did more work that day throughout the run than what she did first up this time.
She might have done. Sky Rash ran second to her second up and was on a dead 5, so there is some comparisons you can draw there. But I think there's better mares in this field than Sky Rush. I'm just saying, I don't think she's $1.40 chance. I think Pierre's a better thing in the George Ryder than she is in this race. Gay's got the favourite in this race. She's got the favourite in the slip and the favourite in the Pierre. If you think all three will win, good luck to you. I'm tipping one of them will lose. I'm saying I think it will be more Joyce. I think Overreach is definitely a chance of getting beaten, but I think it will be more Joyce. If you're going to have a bet, go Secret Admirer each way. Otherwise, just lay more Joyce on the fair. And the other point was that she didn't gallop on Tuesday.
Why?
Don't know.
Well, have you checked it out?
I haven't checked it out yet. I've only just found out about it. She didn't gallop on Tuesday. Pierre
Gay
did.
sometimes gallops her horses on the
Saturday.
weekend.
Yeah, and it's possible she did, and that might be the answer. But she's 2 weeks between runs. Typically, she would normally gallop the horse on the Tuesday before the race.
From memory, she is the sort of horse that usually gallops on the Tuesday, more Joyce. But
she is, yeah.
Anyway, I can't see him beating her. Secret Admirer is a gunner. They rode it up too close last start. I don't know what happened there. She's most effective when ridden stone dead and just attacking the line. The one thing I'd be happy to do here is if I can find a head-to-head market. I haven't gone looking.
Sorry, keep going. I forgot one thing, but you go.
No, you say it.
Pair Tart drawn barrier 2, right, will be a pest to more Joyce as well.
Who said more Joyce is going to lead?
I'm not saying she will lead. But
You told me she'd lead Piero last time.
I did say this. I thought she'd lead Pierre. I got that wrong.
I reckon Pair Tart might lead.
Oh, I think she will. That's what I'm saying. I think she'll push through. So more Joyce is going to have to get on the back of Pair Tart. Now she's going to have to get off the rail.
Spirit Song will roll forward. Why can't he just sit behind him?
Well, does he want to be behind Pair Tart?
Why not? Wet track, she's very effective.
She's very effective, but what if she doesn't produce? All I'm saying is I think he wants to be in a spot where he can just hook it to the outside and go past him. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that from barrier 1 with Pair Tart drawn 2, who's going to cover him up at least for the first 100 metres unless he lets it cross her.
What if he holds his spot?
Well, if he holds his spot, he's going to have to dig up.
Jimmy's not going to attack more Joyous, or he knows what's going to happen to his. He's not that stupid.
What do you mean?
Well, if more Joyous holds Pair Tart out, Jimmy's not going to hunt and destroy his hope.
No, but if you watch Pair Tart the last couple of starts, they're giving her a pretty good dig to get out there.
Anyway, she's for sale. She's for sale, Pair Tart. Group 1 winner. More Joyous will win. She's got a lap on these. She's just better than him. Secret Admirer, I got to her, as I said, they rode her up too close last start. She's most effective when ridden back. The thing I was saying before I had a break was if there's one thing I want to do, I want to back Appearance to beat Red Tracer in a head-to-head market.
Okay.
Red Tracer meets her 2.5 kilos better, but Red Tracer, the key to her run in the Coolmore Classic was the fact that she drew barrier 1 and she got the soft suck in behind them, and that gave her the chance to run the trip. She doesn't run a strong 1500. This time she's drawn barrier 10 of 11. Where does she get to? She's got to do more work than what she did last time. She's just not going to land in the box seat.
Chris said she'll be going back to the tail.
There you go. You don't want to be on.
No. She's going to have to run past too many.
You don't want to be on her. So that's the one thing I want to do. I want to back Appearance to beat her.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I expect Streamer to improve. I thought she was okay the other day.
Yep.
Just don't know if she's going quite as good as what she has in the past, but I wouldn't be surprised to see her improve here. Outside of that, Pair Tarts only going average, but look, her record does say she improves significantly on slow and heavy track. She's unbeaten, and she's a Group 1 winner on a heavy track. So, you know, if there was to be a blowout, she's the one that'll cause it, but more Joyous will be winning.
Okay.